The Oregon Trail is blazing hot as we head to TakeOver Portland.
Really, Jerry? Portland? Portland, home of the Tailblazers.
Just shut the fuck up and finish the intro.
This is NXT. Welcome, everybody, to What's NXT for February 12th, 2020. I'm your host, the Rated R reviewer, Stefan Osborne, joined as always by the General, Jerry Slaughter.
Good morning, wrestling fans.
And we've already got Colin Andrew in the chat room. He says, "What's up, lads?" What's up, Colin? As you noticed, we have the new intro that you made for us. Thank you for that.
Yes.
It is way too long. I'm probably going to have to chop it up and then re-upload it. I apologize, folks. I know it's over a minute, but that song is free to use, and it's a pretty cool song, and I dig it. So I'm glad we're using it, but it is a minute long. So our apologies, but we'll figure it out.
We always do.
We always do. But again, thank you, Colin. I want to send a shout out to Colin. I know he wants to do the tea party tomorrow. We're going to try to do that tonight.
Yeah.
Jerry is off, so we're going to try and watch the show as close to when it airs as we can, and then figure out when to do the show, because I don't think Colin's the only one that wants to be on the show. Plus, we've got predictions with Noah, so we got to do that too. So we will figure it out, but we want to do it tonight. If you can do it tonight, let me know. He says, "Thank you for using it." That's what she said. Meanwhile, Roderick Strong walks with a purpose to the ring. He does not pose. He's not coming out with Adam Cole or Bobby Fish or Kyle O'Reilly, but we find out they are not there.
This is not about the Undisputed Era.
No, he says it's not about them. It's not about the United States Championship. This is about Velveteen Dream and him taking it to a personal level when he put Marina Shafir and their son on the side of his tights.
You airbrush somebody's families on your pants, and you get all sorts of shit, I guess. I don't know.
You know what? At least he had the decency to put it on his leg.
Yeah, he didn't put it on his crotch like Ravishing Rick.
Or on his ass.
Yeah, seriously.
He put it on his leg.
He put it on his thigh.
I think that shows a little bit of class by the Velveteen Dream. Meanwhile,
I think it's the first time I actually heard about anything being airbrushed and being classy at the same time.
Well, he wants an apology from Velveteen Dream, but Velveteen Dream isn't going to apologize. In fact, we don't hear from him. We get Bronson Reid instead. He comes out because he's still got a problem with Roderick Strong after the knee he took to the side of the head last week when he was just trying to stand up for Kushida. So he comes out straight to the ring. Ref comes with him. This is a match. This is our opening match. And I was bored as fuck for like 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I wasn't into this match for like 8 minutes. Bronson Reid, they call him the Australian strong style guy, and I'm like, it's because all he can really do is hit you. Mm-hmm. You better hit strong, because all he can really do is hit you. I mean, he jumps a few times. You know, I think he misses a running senton. Maybe he hits it. I don't know. He didn't get a pinfall. I know that. He pulls Strong's t-shirt over his head, though, at one point to start to beat on him. I like that. Yeah. That shows that, yeah, I'm motherfucking pissed.
That's some aggression right there. He actually came out like a ball of fire, but then he just kind of extinguished.
He holds Strong up for a 30 count stalling vertical suplex. The crowd counts for 30, and then he drops him. This was really my first note of the match. And from there, it was a couple more minutes and we were over. Mm-hmm. Like, we had Reid hit a fireman's carry where he threw Strong over the top rope, kind of neck first over the top rope, and then hits an inside-out lariat for a near fall. What did they call that lariat? That Auszilla lariat or something?
Yeah.
Or King Kong lariat.
Yeah. Oh, King Kong lariat, because I was like, KKL?
I mean, Strong at one point hit an Olympic slam on him, but I'm like, I'm not writing that down because
it was like 3/4 of Olympic slam.
Well, we've seen him hit the Olympic slam on people bigger than Bronson Reid.
Oh yeah,
namely Keith Lee from the top rope. So this was meh, but I guess I mentioned it. Strong hits him with a superplex though, sort of off the middle, sort of off the top. It was like one leg on the middle rope, one leg on the top rope over there in the corner. But a superplex nonetheless.
He's being cautious about it, and that was smart.
Gets a near fall, but Velveteen Dream's lights and his Tron come on, and this distracts Roderick Strong. And Bronson Reid hits him with a tope suicida, throws him back in the ring, and goes up top. But when he comes off the top rope, Roderick Strong counters with that high knee that he used last week.
He hit him with his high knee.
And he gets the pinfall. And then Dream comes up on the Tron. And I'm like, why did it matter that Velveteen Dream's lights came on and his Tron logo came on if Bronson Reid wasn't going to get the victory over Roderick Strong?
That was your beef last week of Velveteen Dream showing up too. He showed up at right at the end after everybody had gotten their ass kicked.
He showed up at the wrong times.
Yeah.
If he's not going to help Bronson Reid get the win, not just a suicida and then completely get knocked out coming off the top rope, if he's not going to help him win, then just save him to come out after the match anyway. What did that do? Nothing. It got Bronson Reid one last high spot before he came off the top rope for a reversed high spot.
It filled me with hope for a second there, and then I saw him coming off the top rope, and I'm like, yeah, it's over.
Well, anyway, he's up on the Tron, and he keeps saying how Roderick Strong should be glad that nothing's going to, or, that until something happens to, but something about something happening to Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's implying that either Roderick Strong is going to get hurt or he's going to hurt him. But after he does, somebody will be there to fulfill Marina's dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And this incensed Roderick Strong.
Oh, yeah. He got mad.
And I'm like, who didn't see that coming? Like, all right, whatever. Anyway.
I like the fact that they're not putting this on TakeOver Portland. Spoiler, it's going to be next week. But I like the fact they're not putting it on there because there's so many different rivalries and everything going on, and possibly endings of rivalries at Portland, that we need something fresh that's going to be for afterwards. So heading into WrestleMania.
I don't know. This whole show feels to me like a holding pattern. Like we peaked a week or two before TakeOver, and now we're just in a holding pattern until we get to TakeOver.
We're at the simmer.
It's not even simmering for me. Not after this match. Like I said, there was a couple of minutes there at the end after that stalling suplex with stuff to watch to be entertained. But I was bored for 8 minutes of this match, and then there was another match. It might have been Lio Rush versus Angel Garza, the cruiserweight match. The match you would think would entertain the fuck out of you. I think I was busy eating.
You were chowing down.
Like, I was not paying attention to this match.
Well, I think it's the fact that also it's something we'd already seen before.
This is true. All right, let's move on. Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle are trying to get to Portland, Oregon with the trophy.
Such good shit.
So they can't take a regular flight because that is way too big to apparently put on a regular flight.
That's not exactly carry-on size.
So they decide to take a road trip. So they get a convertible car that they are going to drive to Portland, Oregon, through the Midwest right now in February that has already got snow. They can't put the top up because the whole ass top of the trophy is hanging out of the so they make it. I don't know how far down the road they make it, but Pete Dunne is driving, and he's driving in the left side of the street, and he almost hits a car. They come to a stop, and Matt Riddle's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you driving on the wrong side of the road?" And he's like, "Just drive on the right side of the road from now on, and I think we're going to be just fine getting to Portland." And as soon as he says that,
sirens.
Yeah, there's lights that light up behind him, and Matt Riddle starts to freak out. He's like, all right, man, all right. Just let me do the talking.
Keep putting your hands on the steering wheel and let me do all the talking.
Oh, man. And then they cut to the car getting lifted onto a tow truck. And Pete Dunne says, that's the last time you do the talking. And I'm just losing it by now. This is great stuff. They're like, well, how the fuck are we going to get to Portland now? They're like, I don't know. We'll see. So this is to be continued. This happens a couple of times tonight. And it is, I think, by far the best part of the entire show.
Yeah.
And we get to see Rhea Ripley tonight. And this is the best part of the entire show. I don't know why. Like, we'll get there. We'll follow this trail as it develops.
Because, you know, it's a thing now.
It's a thing now.
It's a thing now.
Speaking of the Cruiserweight Championship match that I mentioned a minute ago, Angel Garza's backstage being interviewed by Kathy Kelly about his match tonight with Lio Rush. And, of course, he gets interrupted by Lio Rush. Because he's like, you know...
Which I'm kind of thankful for. Like, granted, he's a charming guy and everything, but after a while, the broken accent and...
Well, he's only got a couple of things to say, and it's the stuff that we already know. We know that he lost the title in a match where he didn't get pinned.
Yeah.
So he didn't lose the title directly.
Swerve did.
He wants an opportunity. He's going to get an opportunity, and then in comes Lio Rush, who says, we'll settle this in the ring. I'm not here to fight you right now. He said, I just want to let you know that the guy that you beat for the title is not the guy you're facing tonight. And he lists a few reasons why, but who really cares? He's just saying that this is a different match. And I'm like,
It's kind of the same.
Candice LeRae versus Dakota Kai. Here's another match that we're seeing again. Although this one has a little bit of a different ending, I would say. The beginning, though, Dakota Kai comes out in a baseball jersey, and Jerry loved her in the baseball jersey. I was disappointed because if it's going to be a jersey, I feel like it should be a replica of the Cobra Kai jackets. Only Dakota Kai, you know, like. But
strike first, team kick.
This was an okay match. I actually appreciated this more probably than anything else because I didn't have high expectations, and they really just, you know, easily crept across the bar. What did you think about it?
It was a great women's match. Dakota Kai needed a little more momentum heading into the pay-per-view, which I'm glad she actually got the W on this one. Candice LeRae getting her face caved in. That was slightly irritating. I think if anything, that just added more flavor to the match. Like, people are all up in the arms about the whole, you know, blood being in wrestling and everything. I think it adds more character to the match. So, but, you know, accidents happen. I'm pretty sure she busted her nose on the turnbuckle. But all in all, it was an awesome match.
Yeah, Candice LeRae ended up bleeding at some point during this match. Hits this middle rope neck breaker, which was like a stunner, was it? Almost? Yeah. Well, no, it's that swinging neck breaker off the middle rope in the corner. There we go. But then she goes up for that Cambrano that she finishes the match with, and she misses, but ends up picking up picking up Dakota Kai with this crotch plex.
Yep.
A German crotch plex. That's all. Instead of grabbing her around the waist, she grabs her by the arms through her crotch.
Yep.
And then does a German.
That's some strength right there.
And then a Johnny Gargano lock or a Gargano escape.
The Hurts donut, yeah.
She gets rolled up into a pinfall. And 1, 2, 3, Dakota Kai wins. Like there it is. I mean, it was a fun match, just nothing worth noting other than maybe the fact that Dakota Kai got those face wash kicks in the corner very early on.
Yeah.
So you think this would be a nonstop match from beginning to end, but I'm sure it slowed down during the commercial. But came back and, I mean, we figured Dakota Kai has to get the victory, right? She's heading to pay-per-view.
And even more so, we're starting to see, like, last time we saw Candice LeRae and Tegan Nox pretty much looking like heels, and at the end of this match, Candice LeRae attacks Dakota Kai.
Well, she starts stalking her.
Yeah.
She comes after her, and Dakota Kai grabs her up and pulls her face first, as if face first into the turnbuckle, getting her nose busted open wasn't bad enough. She goes face first into the ring bell.
Yep.
And then Dakota Kai picks up the ring bell and slams it into her gut. And then walks a little bit further away. Not sure if she's going to turn around and use it again, but she definitely still is carrying the ring bell. As soon as she gets over there to the corner near the rampway, suddenly you see Tegan Nox.
Tegan Nox just comes out of nowhere.
Apparates into vision and hits her over the head and then starts beating up on her. And then security comes out and separates her, but she chases her up the ramp and beats on her again. Then security separates her and drags her down the ramp. And
TK out of nowhere.
Meanwhile, her friend, Candice LeRae, is over there with a busted nose and probably a concussion after going face first into the goddamn ring bell. She don't give a fuck about that.
Nope.
She's on her way to try to get Dakota Kai, even though the refs and the security aren't going to let her, whatever. At some point, they should have shown her being like, oh yeah, my friend. I happen to think. We're going to get a video package here of last Sunday, because Johnny Gargano and Cameron Grimes are in each other's faces, and we don't hear anything. We don't know anything.
They're talking.
This is not developed at all. It is just a shot of them, like... Arguing at each other. Not with each other, at each other. And that's because our next match is Johnny Gargano and Cameron Grimes. Thank God for this match.
Yes.
Because apparently, Johnny Gargano hasn't wrestled in 4 months. And if it wasn't for this match, he probably would have his very first match back after third of a year off.
After being unceremoniously dropped on his head by Finn Balor.
With Finn Balor.
Yeah.
And this was a good match. I knew Cameron Grimes wasn't going to win, so I was immediately going into this match a little dismayed.
But you were wondering how he was going to lose.
No, he was going to lose to Johnny Gargano.
No, I mean, like, was Finn Balor going to show up?
You were wondering, but I'm just like, all right, let's watch this match.
I was thinking, was Finn Balor going to show up? Was there going to be some sort of shenanigans on Cameron Grimes' part? Or was Johnny Gargano going to get, like, a clean victory over him? And I'm
like, how is this going to be worth it and look good on Cameron Grimes? At one point, he catches a slingshot DDT and holds Johnny Gargano there, then just lifts him up and throws him away. And I'm like, okay, that looks good, but he's still going to lose. Let's see. Grimes hits his hard throw into the corner that sends Johnny Gargano like back first up the top turnbuckle and then back down. And then immediately catches him into a German suplex for the bridge and a near
perfect bridge on a German suplex.
Catches him at one point to hit that swinging side effect that he does, where he like throws him around his neck and then hits him with that side effect, which we want to call the South Side effect.
Yep.
Yeah.
South Side effect.
He even hits a collision course for a near fall. So he gets all the opportunities in the world, but when he goes for the cave-in, Johnny Gargano kind of throws him up and catches him over the top rope. And then, let's see, he immediately turns down into a tilt-a-whirl into the Gargano escape. Yep. And almost as soon as he locks in the Gargano escape, because he had it in at one point, but Cameron Grimes fought out of it. This time he taps instantly.
Well, I think he thought better of it, because this time he's in the middle of the ring and he had that cinched in tight.
Well, as Gargano was coming to the ring, I said out loud, I almost want to just underline Johnny Gargano's name now, but this match doesn't necessarily have to have a definitive finish. Like Finn Balor could come out, cause Johnny Gargano to get the loss. No.
I guess he's already in Portland. Kind of like, he was in with us.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot of people that are already in Portland. Yes, Jerry. Yeah. We saw Finn Balor.
He's in Toronto.
Everybody get a good look. All right, let's bring it back.
It never gets old.
It will eventually get old.
Yeah, we have to meet somebody else.
Speaking of running into people, I guess Kathy Kelly ran into Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, who's pacing in the background. He's just so pissed. And Cole has to remind him, hey, we'll get to Velveteen Dream. Don't you worry. We're the Undisputed Era. Ain't nobody else got 4 people other than Imperium. And we'll take care of Velveteen Dream, just like I'll take care of Johnny Gargano at TakeOver. And just like tonight, I'll take care of Kushida. Basically. Did I get it all?
Yeah.
Did he say it all? Oh, and at TakeOver, he'll also take care of Ciampa.
Yeah.
My bad. So, because he's not going to see Roderick Strong isn't going to see Velveteen Dream at TakeOver. In fact, well, we can just say it now. He's going to see him in a week's time on NXT television.
Mm-hmm.
One-on-one, Roderick Strong and Velveteen Dream. Meanwhile, Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle...
Misadventures Part 2.
Yeah, they are boat chilling.
They're in a big swan is what they're in.
And Pete Dunne's like... He's like, you don't expect us to get to Portland like this, do you? He's like, no, I'm just relaxing, bro.
This is where I come to think.
He's trying to figure out how to get to Portland, and suddenly he has a light bulb idea, and we cut away.
And Pete Dunne looks instantly worried, or angry, or hungry. I'm not really sure which. He's very Chuck Norris with his demeanor.
Lio Rush versus Angel Garza, number 1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. Like I said, I kind of tuned out for most of this match. Towards the end there, I've got some stuff written down, but even though it was high-flying and fast-paced, I was just like, You?
I really want to start seeing some of the people from NXT UK in these Cruiserweight matches. Granted, Ligero was in there at last time, and that was alright. And Travis Banks for use in one, but I want to see managers and even Flash Morgan Webster, or hell, even Johnny Gargano. I didn't give a shit less, but I'm getting tired of watching Angel Garza and Lio Rush.
Here's the thing. Let's steal a quote from
Okay, Meacham.
Here's the thing. We thought that Jordan Devlin was going to take the NXT Cruiserweight Championship and then end up back on NXT UK and bring the title with him. Instead, what we've seen is he's mostly just showing up to talk about and defend the NXT Cruiserweight Championship on NXT, and he's also on NXT UK.
And also 205 Live.
I want at some point for it to whittle down to where people come to see him at NXT UK to challenge for the belt.
Yeah.
Anyway, he comes out to confront Lio Rush at the end of the match after Rush wins. By the way, Rush wins. Yeah. Nothing fancy, just a roll-up. But for the most part, I mean, I'll give the match its credit. Like, it had some cool shit in it. Like, Lio Rush went to do a come-up and got drop-kicked square in the back.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. There was another couple spots. Anything you want to mention before I drop them?
Not really. Well, I was kind of tuning in and out of that one.
I tuned back in during Lio Rush hitting an avalanche stunner.
Yeah. Because we actually had to rewind that. It's like what do you hit there? It's like a stunner.
Oh, that was after Garza hit that. Okay, so I called it a package bomb flip into a belly buster.
Yeah.
So imagine a package bomb, but instead the arms are coming through and he's grabbing the hands. So he pulls him up and it literally rings out Lio Rush and then drops him with a belly buster or face buster. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, then we saw the avalanche stunner. Garza rolls outside though. Rush goes and hits a final hour to the outside, which he missed the last time. This time he hits. Throws him in the ring, goes for a final hour again, breaks general rule number 4, and catches 2 knees to the gut.
Mm-hmm.
Only gets a near fall though, super kick, and then goes for a deadlift wing clipper. Angel Garza does, and this is where Lio Rush counters into a fruity roll up, and 1, 2, 3. Lio Rush is the next Cruiserweight Championship contender.
And that's what we get next week.
Yeah. They announced basically immediately afterwards when Jordan Devlin comes out to congratulate, but also warn Lio Rush. He said, "Never bet against an ace, and I will, show you next week." And I'm like, "Oh, next week we're gonna get a match." And they're like, "No, next week is the match."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, cool." So again, defending
which means
on NXT.
Which means the likelihood of us getting a pre-show match or anything is going to be highly unlikely at this point.
That's such a shitty thing, though. Like it's not. We were hoping it was the case of NXT getting a mid-card title, or NXT UK getting a mid-card title.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it's just Jordan Devlin getting a mid-card championship on a different brand. Which is
we can't always get what we want.
They listen half to it. It's like a genie where you get half your wish, but the other half you misconstrues and fuck shit up.
Yeah, it's like that movie Wishmaster, or maybe Fantasy Island. It's in theaters like this coming Friday.
So let's break up the monotony and let's get a video package here of Keith Lee versus Dominik Dijakovic for the North American Championship.
I loved it.
TakeOver Portland. Done by Mark Henry.
Yes.
This was great.
This was fantastic.
I didn't write down anything. I just watched. This was good, and if you want to know what he said, watch the video.
He was pretty much just talking about, like, there was this whole era of strong men that came through WWE, WWF, whatever.
And wowed crowds with a certain style.
Yeah, but now, like, you have these guys that are moving around like guys that are like 205 pounds.
You got super heavyweights defying and redefining what a super heavyweight can do.
See, you remember some of it.
Well, once you reminded me,
but just the way he spoke about it so eloquently and everything, I was like, this is a great promo. And you have all the high spots from all the Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic matches so far.
Yes.
Bianca
Belair squashes the shit out of Santana Garrett.
Oh, man.
The entrance has lasted longer than this match.
Seriously.
She just beats down Santana and then just keeps beating her down until she does a double chicken wing. Instead of to the mat, she does it face first into the turnbuckle and then picks her up for the KOD 1, 2, 3. This was a squash of squashes.
Bianca is about ready to start talking on the microphone. You see Santana in the background just storming off.
She pissed off Santana Garrett, or maybe the booking did something. Fuck. Meanwhile, she gets on the mic and she's like, "Why you ducking me, Rhea Ripley? Why are you overlooking me? I'm right here." And Rhea Ripley comes out and interrupts something that she was going to say, and she looks pissed off. And I'm like, "Why are you pissed off? You legitimately just you asked her to come out here and expected her not to come. Like, give her a chance to come out." She comes out and she faces her down. I don't even think she has a mic. She's just. Does she have a mic? Did she say anything?
She does. She says that she's not looking past her. She's looking at her.
Oh, she's looking right at her, and she's going to run right through her.
Yeah.
And then it breaks down into a fight that Bianca gets the upper hand with an elbow, forearm shiver.
Yep.
And then picks her right up into a KOD. And she stands tall, which obviously means she's going to lose at TakeOver. If the fact that her opponent is Rhea Ripley didn't already tip you off. Anyway, the final installment of Riddle and Dunn trying to get to Portland, or Portland, if you're my friend over here. He must be hungry. Pete Riddle and Matt Dunn. They are wheeling the trophy. I know it's Matt Riddle and Pete Dunn. They are wheeling the trophy on a tarmac, and they're staring down a private jet. And Pete Dunn's like, "Is that seriously for us?" And Riddle's like, "Oh yeah, man, I know people." He's like, "Let's just get this trophy up in there." And Dunn's like, "Why are we gonna load our own trophy?" And Matt Riddle's like, "You don't want a bunch of lift jockeys, or what did he call them? Bag jockeys, something like that.
Bag jockeys, yeah.
Messing with our trophy and scuffing it up." Dunn's like, "Okay, that makes sense." So he's like, "All right, now you get up in the boot." And he said something about loading it in the boot. And
he's like, "Stop calling it that."
Don't ever speak in that accent again, for one. He's like, "Quit calling it that." Yeah. So Dunn gets up in the boot. They lift the trophy in there, and as soon as the trophy gets in there, Matt Riddle pushes Dunn in, climbs up in there, and shuts the boot. And then we see Triple H getting on the plane, and it's like, yeah. So they're stowing away in Triple H's private jet. This is great.
Yes,
I love this. But that was it. That's all we get of them. Meanwhile, Tommaso Ciampa.
I'm actually hoping that we actually get to see the plane land. I guess like a during TakeOver Portland or some shit. Earlier today, you see Triple H get out, then you see them just kind of fall out of the.
No, I want to see the boot open and then just this cloud of smoke just billow out.
The cloud of smoke and then the trophy just kind of lowers down first.
No, I don't. Then it's unbelievable. You don't even have to see the trophy come out. It's up in there somewhere. I want to see this cloud of smoke billow out, and because of that, you have Pete Dunne like, get out, and he's been hotboxing without trying to smoke. And you just get a brief vignette of Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne actually getting along like bros because Pete Dunne is high as fuck.
That would
That's
be great.
what
That needs to happen. I hope you guys are listening like you usually do. Make that shit happen. That's just good television.
Tommaso Ciampa is somewhere backstage inside a room that I guess is like, I don't know. It's almost like one of the Senate or the House.
It's from an auditorium. He was
like,
at an auditorium.
You have all these seats, but they're like built in with like desks and shit, and like they're all facing the. Maybe it's like a teaching auditorium. Maybe
that's what it was.
Anyway, he's in there watching a video being projected on the screen. The video is of him having to relinquish the NXT Championship nearly a year ago to Triple H, and he said that he wants it a little bit more, and he will do a little bit more to get it, and he's been through a little bit more, and yada yada yada. When you look into my eyes, you'll know exactly what it means when they say a man is most dangerous when he has nothing to lose. There you go.
Yep. He said it with a lot more intensity
than I have, yeah. I mean,
yeah, it was pretty great.
I'm here to review it, not replicate it.
Oh, yeah.
Adam Cole versus Kushida. This is the main event, and this was...
It was an Adam Cole versus Kushida match.
It was okay.
Yes.
All right. I mean, they played up the fact that Adam Cole was getting his arm worked over a lot by Kushida, and there's no way he's going to be 100% come Portland. But I'm just like... it's still Kushida.
I'd worry if, like, Tommaso Ciampa had any kind of submission hold for the arm.
If this was, for some reason, Adam Cole versus Keith Lee, champion versus champion match, just to help hype them both up, like, I would be way into that, and I'd be like, neither one of these bastards is going to be 100% come their championship defenses at Portland.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Adam Cole versus Kushida. I'm like, I don't care how many times Kushida kicks him in the arm. None of this is going to matter. And Adam Cole's going to win.
Yeah.
We don't even see Roderick Strong come out and help him or nothing. He just fucking wins. He wins with, he counters a handspring elbow with a super kick. Gets a near fall off of it, which I'm not sure he was supposed to go for. But either way, right out of the near fall, he hits the last shot. And there you go. 1, 2, 3. Adam Cole wins. Other than that, it was pretty basic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was a rolling DDT off the middle turnbuckle from Kushida onto Cole into an armbar. And Cole countering the hoverboard lock with a roll-up for a near fall. But other than that, yeah, there wasn't much to this match.
No. Like, there was really no implications because it was non-title. You already had in your head that Kushida was not going to win the match regardless. Like they were going to kill Adam Cole's momentum going into Portland. It wasn't going to happen.
And this wasn't all we got for the main event. We did get some aftermatch because Tommaso Ciampa came out and really slowly walked to the ring, really slowly got into the ring, didn't have a mic, just got in Adam Cole's face and said, "At Portland, I take my life back."
Yeah.
Which is fine. But that's all it is. That's all that is fine. All right, whatever.
And then Adam Cole says, "Over my dead body," which feels like the most forced conversation on the planet.
Meh. And this is the go home edition of NXT before TakeOver. And go homes used to be something big, but it used to be the episode after a TakeOver that was meh. But it looks like the episode after TakeOver is going to be pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But whatever. Let us know what you guys thought down in the comments. Otherwise, that brings us to the end of the main event. Let's rate this bitch using the General's 5-star rating system. As always. Jerry, where do you rate it?
I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.5. Because Kushida is actually growing on me a little bit more. His style... is very much like Tajiri's, and then you have a whole bunch of other Japanese influences that Mauro Ranallo kept on spouting out, and it was kind of hard to keep track. But the aftermatch is what kind of sold it for me, because I actually did get like goosebumps. My arms hairs kind of stuck up a little bit when Ciampa came out, and he was just like very much staring a hole into Adam Cole. and like the music was playing, people were digging it, and you had Adam Cole look all sorts of worried like something was going to happen, but nothing ever happened. I like that kind of intensity and that kind of,
Cleaver Colin Andrews says they called them baggage chuckers.
Baggage chuckers,
that
that's
was a great
right.
one. And he gives it 3 spots, or 3 stars, that is, on What's NXT. Because, again, we use the General's 5-star rating system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give this... I'm going to say it's good. It was good for a match. I would start it at like 3 1/4, because for me 3 is good. But I would definitely take off a 1/4 star for not only the whole show being meh, but it being meh, and the aftermatch being meh. This was not the best NXT show I've seen. It was okay.
It was really weird because, like, I know that, like, Gargano's not in the main program, but I actually probably would have liked to rate Gargano versus Grimes more than I would have liked to rank this one.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, there's a couple better matches than what we got for the,
Shit, the Candice LeRae match with Dakota Kai might have been a better match, and I only paid attention to like half of it.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Oh, and by the way, we still didn't get Eric fucking Bugenhagen.
Yeah, but we did get we got a Bugenhagen chant as they were transitioning Tommaso Ciampa watching himself in that auditorium. You could hear the crowd chant for Bugenhagen once or twice before they realized, oh, we're disrespecting Ciampa. And we better not disrespect Daddy.
Nope.
Oh, that's a terrible nickname. I think they've started like getting away from it, except that the crowd won't let it go.
No, they won't.
But I'm sure at TakeOver at one point we will hear Mauro Ranallo say "Daddy's home."
Yeah, probably right when he is going out to the ring,
or when he wins the championship.
Yeah, we'll see.
If he does.
We'll see. We'll see that.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that brings us to the end of this episode of What's NXT Live. If you missed this live, that's because you're not subscribed or you don't have that bell icon selected. So if you are subscribed and you want to see us live the next time we do this show live, because apparently we can do What's NXT Live with no big deal, because I don't have to split Skype with the program to stream with my computer, my shitty little laptop. Once I can Skype on the TV with a different computer, then we'll be able to do the NXT Party Live too.
It looks a lot better from over here.
So. Yeah. So we will try to continue to do What's NXT at the very least live every week.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, if you want to join us on an episode of the NXT Party and help us rate a future episode of NXT UK, you can join us up on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Leave a comment down below with your email address. All you need is Skype. Watch the show. We do the review on like Friday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
Except for this week, we will be doing that tonight. So join us then. Meanwhile, you can find me on Twitter. Go to nodq.com/Stefan. That's STEFAN. Or if you just want to...
It's kind of a new spiel. You haven't done it before, so go on.
If you just want to look me up, you can look me up at Stefan R. Osborne, OSBORNE. As always, the R stands for restricted. You can also find the gentleman on Twitter.
At Gerald_JSJ in my Facebook group Armbar, all capital ARMBAR.
Exclamation point!
Find us there or our AfterMatch Wrestling Facebook page. That's public, so you can join us there. Or the Instagram page. AfterMatch_Wrestling, ran by Colin Andrew.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's also got an Instagram page.
Yep. Osborne.Stefan. I don't do anything, but you're welcome to follow me. He's got an Instagram page too.
_Jill_Slaughter. Yes.
I have an Ingasgram page.
Yes. It's Instagram.
Ingasgram.
Me not speaking no English no good.
You can also find us on Patreon at Stefan R. Osborne if you want to help the channel, and you can, if you have some time, that's the best way to help the channel. Like, thumbs up helps. It's over here underneath me. If you like the show, say you like it. If you like all our shows, subscribe. It's over there underneath Jerry, along with that bell icon that I talked about. If you want to get updated and notified when the shows go live, then you can just click your little notification and it'll take you right to us.
We go great with French toast.
Yeah, and if you want to help the channel grow, there is a share button down there. Mm-hmm. You can share us to Twitter, you can share us to Facebook. You can share us to Instagram,
LinkedIn, MySpace, whatever.
If you still have a MySpace and want to share us on MySpace, we would be happy for the share. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if it's doing anything, but we'd be happy for the share.
Put us on your emo page.
So, again, thank you for joining us for the General Jerry Slaughter. I'm the Wizard of No DQ, Stefan Osborne. We will see you in NXT time.